Hi guys, this is Kim with Salvaged Living. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm so glad you're here. I blog over at Salvaged Living where I do lots of easy DIY for a life and home redeemed, and I am bringing you some really fun projects today on YouTube. I love to decorate for Halloween. I mean, who doesn't? It's just the time you can really let go and let loose in your house and just have fun with it. But this year I wanted to change it up a little bit and I didn't want to spend a lot of money. And one of the things that I found readily available when I was shopping at the Dollar Tree was actually newspapers. I think that we can all agree that the newspapers right now are not very fun to read. The headlines are horrible. And I thought, what a better way to make them useful and fun and turn that frown upside down with those newspapers. So I have 3 newspaper projects for you today. I think that you're going to love each one of them. I'm going to show you how to decorate with each craft once we're done with it. So watch till the end so you can see how I use these ideas in my own house, because I really do decorate with the stuff that I make. And these are really easy. You can make them for grown-ups, you can make them with your kids, you can make tons of them because newspaper is so inexpensive. It's just a great crafting tool, and I want you to use your imagination. You can use some other things besides newspaper. You could use old book pages, you could use construction paper, scrapbook paper, tissue paper, you could use old sewing patterns, anything that you want to add just a little bit of a different touch to these Halloween crafts. I feel like that kind of paper just gives things a little more edge, a little more vintage feel, kind of a creepy feel, and once again, super cheap, you know? So if you want to toss all your Halloween decor at the end of the year and start over again next year, you can do that without feeling bad that you're breaking the bank. And that is what I like to do. I like to keep some basic staples in my Halloween decor stash, but then mix up the theme every year. And this year it was just a good theme to make better headlines, because I think we could all use that after the last year we've had. So I really hope you enjoy these crafts. Please make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the little bell, make sure you comment and tell me which craft is your favorite. And I would really appreciate it if you'd like this video as well, so that you'll get to see more of these ideas come to you quickly. Have fun with your Halloween decor and turn those newspapers into something way better. Thanks for This simple project can be used in a variety of ways. First of all, take your newspaper and cut it into quarters. You can actually make this candy corn smaller or larger, but I used a pretty large size. You're going to want to put your pieces of paper side by side so that your stripes are uniform in size and in the placement of your paper. A traditional candy corn is white on the top, orange in the middle, and yellow on the bottom, so I followed that. And you're just going to very lightly use a sponge brush to make your stripes. Once it's dry, stack your pieces of paper on top of each other and line up your stripes. And then fold your paper in half, cut it down the middle, and you get even more stacks of paper because each sheet's going to actually make 2 candy corns. Now fold it in the middle, and if you want to draw the shape of your candy corn, feel free to do that. I went freehand and just went ahead and cut the candy corn shape out. You can always tweak it a little bit when you're done. But you can see that they're all uniform in size and shape. The stripes are all the same size and in the same place. Flip them over, space out your candy corns how far apart you're going to want for your garland, and use hot glue across the back. I used jute string, but you could easily use ribbon or yarn, whatever you want to do. Go ahead and make sure your glue goes kind of to the edge of the candy corn for your string to help prevent the candy corns from twirling up. And voila, you have a candy corn garland. Next, we're going to make a bow. This bow is so precious paired with that garland, but you could use it in a lot of your Halloween decor. Ribbon can get expensive, and sometimes you don't have what you need on hand and the right colors, so it's easy to make your own out of newspaper. Simply paint your newspaper whatever color it is you're working with. Here I use the same orange and yellow from the candy corns, and cut strips about 1 inch wide. You can actually use the blank newspaper as well, because I wanted a little bit of a black and white theme. And then I mixed in a little bit of ribbon that I had on hand. Cut all your strips to approximately the same length, and this just depends on how large you want your bow. You can make your bow bigger or smaller. I used about a 3.5, 4 inch strip on each piece. Just layer them in odd directions changing out the colors and the textures of each layer. And as you stack them, you can make your bow really full. You can make it thin, however you want. I love to use jute twine because it will tie off nice and tight. Squeeze the middle of your bow, tie it off with the jute twine, and leave some strings in the back long enough because you can use that to attach your bow to the garland or to wherever you decide to use your bow to decorate. But if you want to use a different center, just cover that jute string up with some of your yarn. Then fluff your bow a little bit and trim all the edges. You can do little slant cuts or you could do V cuts, and you have a precious bow. Next, we're gonna make some bats out of newspaper. These are really cute, you guys. I just used a black cardstock to cut out a bat shape. You're welcome to copy the shape I did, or you could look up bats online and see what kind of shapes that you like for the bat body and copy that. You're gonna wanna make 3 different size bats. I did like a small, medium, large. You're going to fold your paper into some stacks, and you're gonna cut out newspaper bat wings that go with each size of body. And then you're gonna use some crafting wire. It's probably about an 18-20 gauge wire, hot glued on the back of each one of your bat wings. This helps to give those wings body and not make them floppy, but also you can shape them whenever you use them to make them look like they're flying. It's really fun. Attach your wings with the wire to the back of the bats, again, making different sizes for a variety. And then I used a little bit of black acrylic craft paint with a dry brush technique, which means I offloaded some of the paint so it's not super dark, and just kind of aged the edges a bit, added a little definition to the wings. It just helps these look really finished, a little less homemade, and defines the outline of the wings. So once again, do the 3 size bats, and then you can tape these or glue these anywhere you want a flurry of bats flying across your house. I used all 3 of these projects together in my kitchen, layered with a little bit of wood bead garland to make an amazing kitchen scene that really cost next to nothing. And you could use these on a mantle, you could use them on a sideboard, a door, really anywhere in your house. I hope that you enjoyed these 3 projects, you guys. They're so much fun, so inexpensive to make, and I have tons of more ideas like this. So watch the next video with 3 more newspaper decorating ideas.